Hey guys, Wrestling Throwdown here. I'm Haley and this is Joe, and we are going to talk about WrestleMania last night. Now, I think WWE shut pretty much everybody up. I think everyone was expecting this bad WrestleMania, and I talked to pretty much everybody, and everyone said it was good, awesome. Some people thought it went so far to say it was even the best. I don't think I would go that far, but it was definitely way better than what people predicted. And that's, I guess, what I'm trying to say is you probably shouldn't judge too fast before you actually watch the thing. And that's why I thought maybe it wasn't going to be amazing, but I was going to say that, you know what, I'm not going to judge until I actually watch it because the card was good, even though the build up to some of the matches weren't great. It was still a good card and it was still a good WrestleMania. And Joe, your thoughts?
Top to bottom, I thought it delivered. I mean, I thought it was better than last year's Mania, which really relied on Daniel Bryan to pull it out of a rut. All in all, I thought it was balanced. Thought I had a lot of good moments. The right amount of celebrity involvement and the right celebrities involved as well. The matches were all great. There wasn't a bad match on the card, really. And I thought it delivered. I really did.
Yeah, exactly. Alrighty, we're going to start with the pre-show. The Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match I thought was great. I think they pretty much showed that they should have been on the main card because they had a lot of filler on the main card. They could have definitely fit in another match, and they chose not to. Why, I'm not really sure, but the segment was good what they filled it in with, obviously. It was a good segment, so I guess it's okay. But, yeah, this match was definitely great, and I think a lot of people were expecting it to be bad, and it was great. It totally delivered. And Cesaro and Kid obviously retained. They had their WrestleMania moment, so that was awesome too. Usos had him beat, so I'm sure for Extreme Rules they're going to have obviously the rematch again, the Usos and Kid and Cesaro, because there's still some unfinished business, obviously. But what'd you think, Joe?
Well, I felt like New Day was pretty strong in this match as well. I wouldn't be shocked if they're still in the picture as well. But overall, I thought it was a solid match. I like how they did the Rikishi, Umaga running butt move in all four corners. That was a good spot. Overall, good match. Happy for Kid and Cesaro to retain, but it certainly was better than some opening tag team matches we've seen in prior years.
Yep, and it started off good. The whole pre-show, in my opinion, was good. I watched the whole thing, so definitely started off strong. And I mean, obviously in the middle, that's kind of when it went kind of haywire, but I'll talk about that too. But they picked it up at the end too, so overall it was definitely great. Now the Battle Royal, the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, people are kind of iffy on this. I know a lot of people are complaining about who won. In my opinion, I loved who won, and I will tell you why. Yes, it was a big show, and yes, does he really need a win? Actually, I think this was the win for him. I think that he needed this. I actually think he should have won the first one, to tell you the truth. But, and I think that's why people are a little bit upset, because people wanted Mizdow to win this one. So if Big Show would have won the first, obviously they wouldn't have been upset about that. But I think Mizdow looked strong in this. I thought he looked fine, and it wasn't, a big deal that he lost this. And Big Show, when's the last time he had a WrestleMania moment? Like, seriously, when's the last time he's won a match at WrestleMania?
I think the only match he's won at WrestleMania is when he beat Cody Rhodes for the IC title. He's like the opposite Andre the Giant. He really is.
Yeah.
He had actually, Booker said this on commentary with JBS, he had never won a Battle Royal or Royal Rumble in his life, which is also kind of surprising considering Giants usually dominate Battle Royals. Andre the Giant, to my knowledge, never lost a Battle Royal. Obviously, he shows looked up to Andre's entire career. I thought the match itself was actually really good, the twists and turns of it. It was nice to see Hideo Itami from NXT get a nice little run in there. I thought the Final Four came down good. Ryback looked strong. Obviously, he ended up getting eliminated. And then I wish Miz and Mizdow would have worked together. The Miz and Mizdow, Mark and me, wish they would have worked together to eliminate the Big Show, then squandered their own problems afterwards. But you know what? Mizdow got his moment, eliminated the Miz, and it teased that fact that he was going to beat Big Show, use the old finish that Benoit used in the Royal Rumble leading up to WrestleMania 20, where he had Big Show in a submission move and dragged him over the rope. Mizdow tried to do the same thing. Unfortunately, Big Show was too strong. Big Show wins. And shockingly enough, I had no problem with Big Show winning either. I know everybody.
Wow, that's actually surprising. I thought you were going to be all,
No.
argumentative with me about
I
it.
thought outdone his moment, and I was happy with that. I thought Ryback looked strong. And you know what? Big Show took it seriously. I loved the picture with the trophy afterwards. And yeah, you're right in the sense that Big Show hasn't had a lot of moments. I will say, at the end of the night, even though this WrestleMania was really good, the Authority's got a lot to boast about coming this Raw. I will say that. Starting with Show's win and proceeding throughout the card. But, yeah, I mean.
Yeah, it's just, I think that obviously why people were upset was because of Mizdow. Obviously, that was the number one reason. And two, I guess they thought, obviously, the Battle Royal is supposed to be for, like, new, obviously, talent for getting their pushes, and obviously Big Show doesn't really need a push, obviously. So I think that's why they were mad. But it really wasn't about that. It was about him really showing that he deserved it, because he did deserve it.
And look, and he did a great job with that spot with the New Day where he held on and then eliminated all three of them. Look, it's the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Big Joe, obviously, it's a good feather in his cap before he retires. And look at what happened last year with Cesaro. It's not like he got pushed to the moon. So I don't know why people...
He's like just now getting a chance right now, exactly. So
I don't know if Cesaro and Ryback would have gained so much if Cesaro didn't. If anything, Big Show will make the best out of this win and hopefully make this match mean more going forward. That's kind of how I interpreted it.
Yeah.
Not that I want him on my television anymore. Nope.
Yeah, I think that was, good for him. I think that was fine. He had his WrestleMania moment, and that's that.
The fact that he had never won a Battle Royal, going back to World War III and WCW and then the Royal Rumble and Battle Royals, the fact that he never won a Battle Royal shocked me.
Yeah. So. Yep. So he really won a lot from this, and I good for him. It's good for him to have this before he retires, though. If he retires, if he ever retires.
Yeah. It's a guy's named Paul, I'll tell you.
Alrighty, the Intercontinental title match for the ladder. This is one of the ones that I think a lot of people really liked, and I liked it. I thought it was good, but I thought it was way, way, way too short. I was actually shocked. I think it was only, I should look up the time for this, because they usually have the times for WrestleMania. I think it was only like 10, 12 minutes, if that. Would you agree? About 10 or 12 minutes?
Definitely was under 20, that's for sure. Probably around 15, 14. I mean,
I think it was one of the short. Really, all the matches were pretty short. None of them were really long. Bray and Undertaker was really the only one that was kind of long. But
I thought so.
Oh, and Sting and Triple H. Sting and Triple H was long, but that was about it. I mean, all the rest were pretty short.
I will say, I thought that this opened up the show. I thought this match did its job for its position on the card, opening up the show, started the crowd off hot. I really was worried with Dean Ambrose's bump when Luke Harper powerbombed him through the ladder. It looked like he landed right on his neck, and I don't know if there's been reports on Dean Ambrose, but just from his overall health standpoint, I was a little worried about him taking that bump. And I'm glad Daniel Bryan didn't take any crazy bumps. I was worried about Daniel Bryan, his neck being in a ladder match as well. But you know what? Everybody got their spots in, and Luke Harper looked strong, Dean Ambrose looked strong, Barrett looked strong, and then you had Ziggler and Daniel Bryan fight it out at the end, kind of like we all thought. Strong moment for both of them. The headbutts on the ladder, looking like two goats on a mountain fighting it out. And Daniel Bryan with the win. So I thought it was a good way to open up WrestleMania.
And obviously those two are probably going to continue their feud, obviously, for Extreme Rules. So that obviously depends. Maybe they'll make it a triple threat with Dean because he technically wasn't even really... So maybe he'll complain about that. But yeah, it was definitely a good match. I think it should have went a little longer. I was expecting it to go a little longer.
Yeah, I mean, with so much on this card, and obviously there was bonus stuff we didn't even realize with celebrity involvement and other things, it was what it was. Like I said, it opened up the show, and it did a good job being in that position on the card. That's kind of how I look at it. Where were you on the card, and what did you do with it? And I thought they did the best job they could. I also thought it was cool to have all the former Intercontinental champions put over Daniel Bryan at that segment afterwards with Rowdy and Flair and Brett and everyone else. I thought that was pretty cool. Poor Ron Simmons.
Yeah, and obviously it helps him. I know some people, were just like, he really doesn't need the belt. But you know what? He's going to make the belt. He's going to, turn it important again, make it have potential again. So that's a good thing for the belt. So.
Daniel Bryan is now a Grand Slam champion. He has won the United States Championship.
Oh, yeah, he is, yeah.
Championship. He's a former Money in the Bank winner. Obviously, Royal Rumble hasn't been kind to him.
That's the only one that he needs.
Former World Champion, former WWE Champion. He's held both belts at the same time, World and WWE, and now he's Intercontinental. He's a Grand Slam champion. Puts the exclamation mark on a Hall of Fame career for Daniel.
Yep. Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins. This and the main event were the two matches of the night, in my opinion. With the RKO, that was amazing. Obviously, they totally planned that for Seth to obviously springboard off of him to get height up in the air for Randy to RKO him. That was just perfect. They planned that perfect, and it was probably, if not the best RKO I've ever seen.
I mean, it was a great match in and of itself. They really made Seth try to look like this is what Randy was 10 years ago. I thought they did a great job of booking it, telling the story. Great match back and forth. Certainly was the show stealer caliber of a match. And, they're kicking out of finishers. And then, of course, the RKO counter to the curb stop. One of the greatest RKOs I've ever seen. Probably right up there with the Evan Bourne RKO when he hit him, Evan Bourne coming off with the stuff. Unbelievable, the timing of it. Perfect timing. Randy was saying it. It was perfect timing. You couldn't have got better. And that's a WrestleMania moment. And I thought many moments made this feel like WrestleMania this year. And that moment included. Great moment.
Mm-hmm. And obviously, we knew Seth, what happens with that, obviously, at the end of the night. And that's why I thought, when they had this match so early in the night, I was like, they're planning something. They're planning something tonight because there's no way that he would have this match this early in the night, and then especially have him lose, which I knew he was going to lose to. I was pretty damn sure that Randy was going to pick up the victory.
He didn't get so beat up in the match that it was unbelievable for him to do what he did later. He went toe-to-toe with one of the greatest ever, lost by a hair, but I don't think he really lost any momentum by losing this match.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And Sting versus Triple H. Now this match is kind of some people had different opinions on this one. I thought it was great. I know a lot of people thought it was decent. Some people thought it was good. Some people, there's kind of like a whole bunch of different opinions about this match. Joe, what did you think about this match?
Okay, all right, going to the old school fan on this one. Standpoint, it was cool to see the NWO and DX get involved the way they did. I will say it didn't make much sense because, first of all, Sting always feuded with the NWO, not counting his Wolfpack.
Not even a month, yeah.
And second of all, Nash Hall, Triple H guys, we know this. So I was almost waiting for Nash to turn on Hogan. I knew once the DX came out, Sting didn't stand a chance, and I knew we were waiting on Shawn. I'm like, all right, DX is out, NWO's out, Shawn's going to get his fucking... And he did, and you know what? I always thought Sting and Shawn would have been the ultimate dream match, even more than Undertaker and Sting. I thought Sting and Shawn would have really represented a great dream match in the 90s. Obviously never happened. Shawn's already retired, and this may have been Sting's retirement match. From what I'm hearing, this possibly might have been Sting's retirement match. I thought Sting looked good in there from the standpoint of, the in-ring action without all the run-ins and everything. I thought the run-ins seemed like Dusty Rhodes booked this match. It's a little bit too many run-ins for my liking. And I'm not going to lie, I did not love Triple H going over on this.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't. I agree with that. I think Sting should have went over. And supposedly there's a whole bunch of stuff going on for a week now that supposedly Undertaker and Sting are going to have a little confrontation tonight. So who knows
That's why
with
I
that?
think Sting had to win. Because why would Sting even fight Undertaker coming off a loss? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That
Mhm.
is if you were gonna do that, and Triple H didn't need the win, especially even
Yeah.
set up Rock,
I
which
mean,
seemed
I guess it's because he's not really putting. I guess he didn't really need. I feel like he did need to put over Sting though. This was his first match in WWE though, so I feel like he did need to put him over. Yeah, he's not a young talent, and it's not like he's gonna like really stick around. But this was his first match in WWE, so I feel like he should have got put over.
when Hunter walked out with the Terminator entrance with all the skulls, I almost said to my I said to my friends, I'm like, oh, there's Steiner, there's Booker, there's Goldberg, there's all the WCW guys he's already buried. Let's add Sting to the list. And I feel like I don't feel like he buried Sting necessarily, but yet
Yeah.
again, the King of Kings. It's at the end of the day, I'm not that surprised because it is the WWE, and is the WWE gonna have their cerebral pulse, if you will, and Triple H lose the Sting? I guess we were proving that they weren't going to do that. And hey, Sting, it turned into a big WCW versus WWE thing with NWO there. And like I said, the suspension of belief I thought was a little funny. You had everybody hugging it out for Nash's Hall of Fame the night before, and now they're all fighting each other. That kind of killed the suspension of disbelief for me. But to end the 90s storyline of WCW versus WWE, it could have been worse, and I thought Sting at least represented himself well. I thought the crowd wanted Sting to win. I certainly wanted Sting to win. And, again, good night for the Authority at the end of the day. So, guess you got
Definitely. Alrighty. The Divas match. Bella Twins versus AJ Lee and Paige. Obviously I was expecting this match to be a little bit better, but obviously it's a Divas match at WrestleMania and usually they're not good. These are usually the filler matches anyways, so. And AJ Lee got the victory again. I don't like that. Like, why did she need to get the damn victory? She already had her WrestleMania moment. I don't get it. And my brother kind of argued with me, and he said, "Paige is young. She's gonna have her other WrestleMania moment." Yeah, that's true. I know that's true, but it just kind of pisses me off.
You're not an AJ fan. I mean, at least the people go over. I would have liked Paige to have more of a moment, considering this is her first WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
People forget she did a year ago tonight, the Raw After Mania. So it would have been nice to have her more of a shine, but it was what it was. It was quick, but it was better than the clusterfuck of all the divas being in that weird whatever it was following the Undertaker.
I do agree with that. Yeah.
So I thought the divas were better represented in that regard.
Yeah. Because obviously Nikki's getting better. And that promo, I don't know if you've seen SmackDown, but promo she cut was really great on AJ and everything like that. So, Nikki's obviously great on the mic, and she's getting better in the ring. So it made for a good storyline. It really did. It made for a better one at the end.
It was interesting. Lita on the pre-show kind of teased a possible WrestleMania match with her and Trish versus the Bellas. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that was interesting. This was another filler match. Like I said, this was kind of the middle of my picked there, but Rusev and John Cena. I was really expecting more out of this match. I think that they went about this all wrong. I was kind of a little disappointed. Obviously, I knew Rusev was going to lose, but I think they could have done this a lot better. I don't know who really decided this whole thing at the last minute or what, but it was not good. What did you think, Joe?
I thought Rusev made himself look as good as possible from the entrance on down with the tank and all the Russian soldiers, and then Rusev really just dominated Cena. Cena got a few hope spots. I like the little slingshot stunner off the ropes. That was different for Cena. At least he broke out a new move. But other than that, it was kind of the same old match you'd see Cena have. And after all this dominance by Rusev and all the finishers people kick out of at WrestleMania, one attitude adjustment did a job.
Exactly. That was one of the big problems I had with it. It was just like they could have done this so much better than what they actually did. And obviously, I know they're probably gonna have a rematch at Extreme Rules anyways, but it's still. I mean, this was their WrestleMania moment. They should have had a great match.
It seemed like Cena was kind of phoning it in. I don't know. Something about Cena's performance was rubbing me the wrong way. Granted, he did the stunner spot. That was cool. Even his entrance, Haley. Cena's known for great over-the-top entrances. And when Rusev did all that stuff with his national pride, I'm like, all right, what's Cena going to do? Is he going to come out with the flag? Or all they had was that video package with Michael Jordan and all the American stuff. And then he just came out with his usual entrance, no new shirt, no nothing. I did
I did notice that. I can't believe I didn't think about that.
He didn't have any kind of a grand entrance. So that, I guess, disappointed me as well. Overall, though, I think the standard John Cena WrestleMania match.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm glad you brought that up because I wasn't even thinking about that. He does. He always has an amazing entrance at WrestleMania, and he really didn't have one this year. That's crazy. I can't believe I didn't really notice that.
Other guys like Bray Wyatt and others did, and even Cena really did. It was kind of surprising.
Yeah, I guess I don't know if it was to save money or what. I don't know what it was. To give the newer guys, the younger talent, cooler entrances. I don't know what the hell it was.
Right? I don't know. It was interesting.
Yeah. And then the Authority came out and they just started bitching about how, they own us and everything like that.
Interrupting this when they came out.
Yeah, this was all filler right here, and I was really kind of like disappointed. I was just like, wow, what is this? But this actually turned out to be pretty cool. The Rock came out. Obviously, he's always at WrestleMania, so this really wasn't a surprise. And then he got the UFC fighter.
In New York last night. So he took a plane from New York to San Francisco just to be there. He was in New York last night in SNL.
And then Stephanie and him get into it, and then Ronda, the UFC fighter, heard great things about her. She is, like, her arms, I was looking at her arms, she looks like she can kill somebody. I'd be afraid of her.
Yeah, I'm a huge Ronda Rousey fan. I feel like what she's done for female fighting in general is so incredible. She is the female Mike Tyson. And to get her involved in a WrestleMania moment, I thought really, and this wasn't expected, it wasn't advertised with her or Rock being on the card. I thought it really added to WrestleMania. Granted, it kind of put some egg in Triple H and Stephanie's face after boasting about the Sting victory. And it almost felt like the whole Sting program was to just set up Rock and Triple H. That's kind of what I got out of it. I wouldn't be shocked if next year in a mixed tag we get Rock and Rousey versus Steph and Hart. Wouldn't shock me at all. And I think that would be great to get Rousey in the ring against Stephanie. And it's funny because in the Attitude Era, if Stephanie punked off The Rock would have given her a rock bottom and we all would have cheered. But now in this uber-sensitive era that we live in with domestic violence, with the Ray Rice stuff and Adrian Peterson stuff and all the stuff going on, you really can't advocate someone giving a stunner or a rock bottom to a chick, even if it is Stephanie McMahon and she's the most annoying person in the world. So The Rock almost needed Rousey to have his back. I mean, they're about to kick The Rock out of WrestleMania. Are you serious? But to have Rousey have his back like that, and you know what? Standing up to the bully that is Stephanie McMahon. And Rousey was great. She didn't hurt her aura at all. Sterling made a great point of like, yeah, she had her in the standing arm bar, and maybe it didn't look that good. But I'm sure Stephanie was in pain. If Ronda had actually laid down and got the arm bar in, Stephanie might have had a broken arm. Because you can't tell me Ronda knows how to make things look good but not hurt in the wrestling way. Like, that's not who she is. Even though she's a huge wrestling fan, Haley, her name is Rowdy Ronda Rousey after Rowdy Piper, and her clique of girls she trains with is called the Four Horsewomen. So obviously she is a huge fan as well. And I think that, for me in celebrity involvement, you got to be a fan. You got to want to be there. Jon Stewart with the stuff with Seth Rollins enjoyed being there. And that's why I enjoyed his stuff there. I thought Snoop enjoyed being there last week. And that's why I enjoy with celebrity involvement when they enjoy being there. When you
Yeah.
can tell they're there to promote something like Kathy Lee and Hoda or some of these other ones, that's when I really hate the celebrity involvement. But WrestleMania, we talked about it on the WrestleMania show with Chris and everybody, going back to, Muhammad Ali and Cyndi Lauper and everybody. You needed some kind of celebrity involvement. They had no advertised celebrity involvement to get Ronda and The Rock involved like this with Triple H and Steph. I thought it was incredible.
Yeah.
The idea of stole the WrestleMania, like Rock said, no. But I thought it was an incredible moment nonetheless. And at that moment was all over SportsCenter and all over all the outlets non-WWE, which was best for business.
This is one of the celebrity ones that I've actually really enjoyed and I really liked. I thought they did this perfect, really well, and it's great. Now, as for the mixed tag team match, I do think it's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen next year at WrestleMania because word is Brock is supposed to be facing The Rock next year at WrestleMania. So.
You and I both know things can change.
Yeah, exactly. It's WWE. I mean, we're going to get into what they changed the last second and why. I'm extremely happy about why they changed it the last second, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
Next is Undertaker and Bray Wyatt. Now, this match, a lot of people, I guess, were disappointed because they wanted Bray to go over. And this is one of the ones that you forgot to do for your prediction show. You forgot to give me your prediction for this. But I told him you wanted Undertaker. I was pretty sure you thought Undertaker was going to win, right?
I said that in the strike zone. I was going with Undertaker.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so I was right, people. So, but I think obviously the reason is it depends on if I guess this is Undertaker's last match or not. We really don't know with the whole Sting thing and everything like that. But I guess because I guess I was expecting a little bit more out of this match, but it was still a great match nonetheless. I had some great moments, obviously with Bray doing the spider walk, and then Undertaker just sitting up. That was great. That was definitely the key moment of that match. And it really made for a great match. It really did. I guess I wish I would have had just a little bit more to it, but other than that, I thought it was great.
Kicked out of each other's finishers. He kicked out of Sister Abigail. Bray kicked out of one Tombstone. I thought it was a great back and forth match. I didn't think Bray lost. Again, just like I said with Seth and Randy, I didn't think Bray lost any kind of momentum. I thought his loss to Cena last year was much more detrimental to Bray's career. If anything, they even said on the pre-show with Corey Graves and everything, Bray didn't have much to lose going into this match. And he proved that he could hang on the greatest stages of all with arguably the greatest WrestleMania performer of all time. And Undertaker proved that he can still go, that he was healthy this year, and that he limited his spots. He didn't do the top rope dive, thank God. But he did the old school, and he did a lot of his other moves, the leg drop on the outside, and he really represented the Undertaker character well. He didn't do the mullet or anything. He didn't really try too hard, but you could tell he's been working out. So from that standpoint, I appreciated the fact that he looked decent. And, I mean, look, would it have been nice for Bray to go over? Sure. Why not? But I don't feel like Bray loses anything, and I still feel like Bray is a world champion waiting to happen, win, lose, or draw coming out of this match. Undertaker ain't getting his hands on no more world titles. Maybe one more match with Sting, which, again, goes back to why would you have Sting lose if he was going to wrestle Taker anyway. Maybe Sting and Taker. Who knows? I guess we'll find out how they do it. But I guess that's my only thing with Sting losing. It was like, all right, it's kind of a mixed bag here with Taker winning and Sting losing. But for Bray, I thought anybody who felt that Bray was damaged by this loss, you're a fucking fool. And I'm telling you right now. Something from that loss, you are a fucking fool. Real time.
And also, he supposedly, people were saying they noticed him limp. I really wasn't noticing him limping. I don't know. Did you notice him limping? Because I know he hurt his ankle warming up before this match.
After he did the spider walk, I thought he was a little gimpy. and that transition from that. Other than that, though, there was the rumor, of course, that he hurt his ankle before the match, and it was going all over Facebook and everything. It was even,
and we don't even know if that's true or not. Supposedly that might not even have been true. Who knows? But I guess especially if he was limping a little bit, I guess it might have been true. He might have done something to it, twisted it or something.
Had he not been able to do the match, it would have been one of the biggest fails in WrestleMania history. But he did it, and the job well done. Everybody looked strong. I thought it was a great match. I thought it got WrestleMania back on track going into the main event.
Yeah. And Bray is definitely the next one to get pushed, too. I think that he is ready. I think after Seth, he needs to be the next one. Definitely. He's totally ready. He's been ready. Give on Money in the Bank. I actually would love to see him win the Money in the Bank this year, wouldn't you?
Him and Ambrose are my two favorites to win it right now.
Yeah. I don't think he really needs it. I think Ambrose might need it a little bit more. Just because they still don't the Shield event guy, so
I feel like we're finally going to get the Shield triple threat feud this summer, and I think Dean winning Money in the Bank would be important to inject him in that feud.
Yeah, definitely.
We would finally get one back on Rollins, who owed him in the whole rivalry.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, this is a big one for me. You guys know I seriously marked out huge for this. It was crazy because it started really late. It was only going to be about a 15-minute match, and I actually didn't think that they were going to have enough time for him to cash in. And I wasn't. After when this match started, I was just like, yeah, he's not cashing in. Maybe he'll cash in tomorrow or whatever. And so Brock and Roman had a dominant match. Brock just destroyed Roman, and it was great because I felt like it was different between the whole Brock and John Cena thing because Roman was laughing. Roman was trying to get into his head. Roman was trying to, mess with him and try to say, oh, you're not hurting me.
My friend Steve said it the best. Roman was trying to pull Muhammad Ali on Brock, or even a Rocky Balboa, to quote the movies. He was rope-a-doping him. He was letting Brock tire himself out by, and obviously he was getting his shots in. He busted Brock open in the first few minutes of the match. I thought Roman looked pretty good here. I mean, it was a good back-and-forth match. Brock obviously was the favorite. The crowd was more into Brock. But Roman didn't get booed out the building. And as the match progressed more and more, you started to hear Roman win over the crowd little bit by little bit. I was really happy.
Getting booed very bad in the beginning, but the boos got less and less. I did notice that.
There were "Let's Go Roman" chants before you know who came out at the end. So it was really good, and it got to the point where I didn't know, obviously in the back of my mind there was the Seth thing, but just taking it from what we were seeing, it was like, all right, he's kicked out of 4 F5s, holy shit, how much more punishment can Roman take? Roman represented himself well in terms of his character wasn't hurt by the ass whooping he took. If anything, he proved that I will. He was still standing. Brock obviously continued to look strong, and Brock was not pinned or submitted in this match. So Brock didn't lose much in this match. And Haley, I gotta say, I've been a huge fan of the Money in the Bank gimmick since Edge won the first one. This was the greatest cash-in in Money in the Bank history. Not only do it at WrestleMania, but do it during a match, thus making it a triple threat match. Absolutely genius. Neither had happened before, cashing in during it or cashing in during WrestleMania. The crowd went absolutely apeshit. He picked his spot. Both of these Goliaths, these giants, these monsters had beaten the holy hell out of each other, and Seth had 2 hours to recover from an incredible match at Randy Orton. Came out, and it was a quick hit and run. He did what he had to do. He secured the strap. He got the hell out of there, and it was a great way to end Mania. He stole it like a thief in the night. It was great.
And there's obviously a certain somebody that messaged me last night, and they should know who they are. But they were bitching, and they were saying that Seth, this whole thing, they don't know why WWE Creative Team or whatever decided this, because they made it so this match was just, they ruined a great match, pretty much, is what he said. And I just go...
Well, they didn't, because Roman didn't lose anything from it. Brock lose any aura from it. How did they ruin it? Again, you people are being fools here. How did they ruin it?
Exactly. And then they go to tell me that Rollins sucks and he's only one step ahead of Reigns. I just laugh at that, and I was just like, yeah, I'm done with that. Rollins has been ready for so long now, and he is just amazing. I've been saying it forever. And, everyone was just like, oh, Rollins is the weakest member. He doesn't deserve this, blah, blah, blah. He sucks, blah, blah, blah. He's never going to be champion. And look at him now. Not only was the first person to cash in successfully at WrestleMania ever, he was also the first person to cash in during a match. And
Yep.
the pop he got was just incredible and amazing. And supposedly this was a last-minute change. I just looked at this last night, not even 24 hours before WrestleMania. They said that they were planning on Roman winning this whole match. So I don't know if Triple H, because there's a picture of Triple H hugging Seth backstage with the title. So I don't know if Triple H just said, whatever, and it looks like he did it 2 seconds before, because even with Seth, his music turning on, he didn't come out for like a good 8 seconds, and then he was running out. So I don't know if they just told him to be prepared. Maybe they heard the boos, they got a little worried, they didn't know if Roman was going to take it, so because he wasn't even supposed to cash in until tonight on Raw, and obviously they pulled the trigger, and I'm really, really glad they pulled the trigger, because the Raw after WrestleMania has been way overdone before, and it doesn't make sense. This was history. Seth made history tonight. No, nobody can take this away from Seth. Seth is the man. He is the future. And if you guys still don't think he's talented, there's something wrong with you. Like, seriously. There is something seriously wrong with you. I get that he wasn't the best at the mic skills and everything like that at first. And I get that, Dean was obviously probably the best in the Shield because he had the full package at first. But Seth has it all now. Seth has the mic skills. Seth can cut a good promo. He's a great heel. He makes you hate him. And obviously we knew the in-ring talent has been there forever. So Seth's going to dominate, and he's going to be a great champion. And like I said, I haven't liked anybody this much since Shawn Michaels, and I see so much Shawn Michaels in him. And I think that he is this generation's Shawn Michaels, and I will say that.
This generation's Randy Orton. This generation's Shawn Michaels. Can you hear me, Haley?
Yep.
Whatever you want to say, Randy Orton, Shawn Michaels, Seth Rollins right there. Is he the greatest promo guy? No. That's been the one thing I've been critical on him on. And neither were Shawn nor Randy Orton, quite frankly, and they're two just ever. So anybody who had a problem, look, they've been building this guy up for a year since he split in the Shield. They did this thing with Jon Stewart, and I told you this, Haley, just to build him up even bigger, because that was his WrestleMania celebrity moment when you think about it, the stuff with Jon Stewart. Anybody who had a problem with this, they've been building Rollins up. Rollins has been the best heel on television for a year. Rollins probably should have won the Superstar of the Year over Roman Reigns. And let's paint the picture, shall we? Roman Reigns was very over and not booed until they gave him that Superstar of the Year thing. That's when everybody started turning on him, when they gave him Superstar of the Year. Before that, people were not turning on Reigns. He was just as over as Ambrose. Just as much. Maybe Ambrose had a slight edge, but I thought he was just as over as Ambrose until he came back and they gave him Superstar of the Year. Because it was like, what did he do to earn it? And everybody started questioning that. Had they waited and given him Superstar of the Year this December, 2015, that would have made sense. Royal Rumble winner. He's probably going to get the title at some point, main event at WrestleMania. Would have made more sense this year. So I feel like fans out there, because all you morons and idiots and tapeworms out there, y'all know why you hate people. Do you even know why you hate Seth Rollins? And why you're bogging my co-host about the cash-in? Do you even know why you hated Batista? I bet you don't. Do you even know why you hate Roman Reigns? I bet you can't articulate it in your freaking corroded brains. These guys put their lives on the lines. And I think it's unfair for these fans to just totally demonize these workers, whether it be The Rock or Batista or Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns. It's like, you may not like them. You have the right to express yourself and boo these guys and
Yeah,
make
but
them
you
fun.
can't say that they're not talented. And that's what I said to him. I go, you can hate him all you want, but you cannot say that he is not talented because he is. You know he is. You're just being a freaking troll right now.
90 seconds with Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins would friggin' make him so exhausted that he would be puking in buckets. And that's a fucking shoot. Seth Rollins earned his moment. Am I the biggest Seth Rollins fan? No. Was he my least favorite of the three in the Shield? Yes. That doesn't mean he's not talented and he doesn't deserve his spot. He's worked hard and he deserves it. And I thought it was a great moment. That you said it. The cash in on Raw after Mania had been done. Ziggler did it 2 years ago. The cash in on SmackDown after Mania had been done. Jack Swagger did it to Jericho 6 years ago. So this had never been done. I mean, you know what? Just like Seth's heel turn, a last-second decision that paid off. I don't like that it was a last-second decision. I gave them credit for sticking to the plan with Roman all along, because that was the plan. But you know what? I give them even more credit for calling this audible, because it makes this whole run and this whole build-up for Seth worth it. It really does.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he won the thing last July. I was there in Boston when he won the damn thing. And they protected him so much. He needed to successfully cash in. If he pulled a Damian Sandow and didn't cash in, it would have been such a waste of a build. And for them to do this, you may not like Rollins. And you know what? If you don't like Rollins, go root for Reigns, because he can certainly use the fans. But don't sit there and like bury the man. I forget his real name. I learned it a few weeks ago. I forget his real name. But don't bury the real man. You want to bury the character, that's fine. Don't bury the real man.
Colby Lopez
earned it. He was the first ever NXT champion. He is now the first ever NXT alum to become heavyweight champion, which Roman was trying to be the first one to do. Sorry, Seth bumped you out of that one, Roman. And, you know, and everything else, everything this guy's done from Ring of Honor, and even Ring of Honor, he caught a bad break with kind of how they unceremoniously took the belt off him. He's earned this spot. And for him, this paves the way for everyone in the future. For the Kevin Owens, for the Finn Balors, for the Sami Zayns, for everybody who was busting their ass in NXT trying to get to the spot that Seth Rollins just got. So anybody who's myopic enough to think that cash-in and that guy winning that title didn't represent every guy who's trying to bust the door down from the Finn Balors to everybody on down, you Adrian Neville, everybody, you're fucking smoking something. Seriously, this represents a new generation. And, you know, as much as we were mad that Big Show won the Battle Royal and these old guys are still winning, at the end of the day, the guy with the most to gain, the guy with the most upside closed WrestleMania. And that gave hope for WrestleMania's future. Because just like Warrior said in his speech last year, there's going to be a WrestleMania 75. Guys need to be ready. Guys need to bow out from their spots and let the guys like Rollins and the new generation, you know, get their shine in. Because if there's no new generation, guess what? There's no professional wrestling going forward.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations to Seth Rollins. Congratulations to you, Haley. I feel like I know what you're feeling right now when Edge first cashed in on Cena after New Year's
I marked out with that, too. I love Edge. Second favorite of all time.
When Rob Van Dam cashed in at One Night Stand, when Edge cashed in on Undertaker the year later, I mean, when CM Punk cashed in on Batista, when CM Punk cashed in on Jeff Hardy, so many great moments. And I think this was the greatest. All of those top 5, top 6 cash-in moments, this was the greatest. Greatest cash-in moment.
Definitely. And I'm so happy that, you know, his past mistakes didn't, you know, obviously destroy his career, because obviously that was going to be his punishment, was to lose the Money in the Bank. And, you know, not that he really needed it, but this was his time, and he just knocked it out of the park. Now all we need to do is have him lose the authority, and we'll be all good.
Well, I don't know about that, especially with the authority looking so strong.
Yeah.
You know the authority's going to have a lot to say tonight. Because let's face it, Triple H won, Big Show won, Seth won the title. Authority has not had this much success since Orton had the title.
Yeah, pretty
So,
much.
you know,
I do
and
like that Paul. Sorry, you can talk.
I was just gonna say, will Orton get involved in the title picture? Now he's got a clean win over the now champion. Will Roman stay involved? Will Brock go away, or will he be involved? Considering he was not pinned nor submitted,
Mm,
the one behind the one in 22-1. Notice I updated it.
exactly.
So
I don't know
you know,
what Brock's schedule is. I don't know if we're just not going to see him until SummerSlam, because SummerSlam is when I'm thinking that Rollins is going to lose the title. That's like 4-ish, 5-ish months. So I think that's a nice first reign. But I really do like that Paul did stay with Lesnar. I think that Paul and Roman, turned face. They are still stayed face. I do think that they should have. I mean, I'm as much as I would have liked Roman to obviously be with Paul. I think that they stuck with what they said they were going to do. They weren't going to turn Roman heel, and Brock was still, even though he technically is face. I feel like Brock's
and you
more
know
face
what?
than a heel, but
It'd be one thing if Brock was leaving. Paul could have been like, "Oh, Brock's leaving anyway. I
yeah,
chose the spotlight with Roman, the next guy." With Brock choosing to stay, there's really no point in Heyman turning on Brock. When you think about
exactly.
it. Brock would have been a monster babyface. But what are you gonna do? Have him be a babyface and then put the title back on him? I think
Yeah.
it was what needed. Brock needs to be a special attraction, and whatever match Brock can have will mean something. And that belt needed to get off him. You and I both know that, whether it was Roman or Seth or Dean or
As much
anybody.
as I like Brock, and I think it was hilarious when he beat the crap out of Roman last night, I did enjoy that. But it's
It was
time for a younger talent and someone who's a workhorse like Seth
yeah,
to have the belt because he deserved it,
and
he earned it, and
someone who's there at the house shows, there at every show. Obviously, Seth Rollins is that, and Roman Reigns is that as well. So that belt needed to get back on a full timer. It's been on a part timer since SummerSlam. It was time to get it back on a full timer.
yeah. Alrighty, guys. Well, there's going to be so much that's going to happen in the next few minutes. I heard there's going to be debuts tonight from Neville possibly and Charlotte. So hopefully there is. It's a great Raw tonight. It usually is. Usually there's a title change too. So. Hmm?
Got a lot to talk about tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. Um, So yeah, who knows what's gonna happen? But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the Strike Zone this Thursday. Who are you interviewing this week?
We have from the Sports Courier, Fred Raccani. You can see him on YouTube, very notable YouTuber. He's a wrestling and sports columnist. Gonna be talking a little WrestleMania Fallout with myself, Jazz, and Mike Sorkin. Mike Sorkin was also at WrestleMania Live, so we'll talk to him about his experience as well. Gonna be a great show. Here on the Wrestling Throwdown. Don't forget to subscribe, like, throw that thumbs up. Go like the Joe Passarelli channel. Go like the Strike Zone channel on YouTube, newly created channel. Haley, great stuff as always, and congratulations. You deserve it. Your man cashing in Mr. Money in the Bank, Seth Rollins. Joe Passarelli, Haley Imes, Wrestling Throwdown. Subscribe, folks. Subscribe.
And of course that had happened 5 seconds before I went off air. But yeah, don't forget to check out the Strike Zone. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter. And don't forget to join our Facebook group if this is the first time you're watching this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.